guys, first off, I just want to thank you guys for watching this entire video, getting up to this point. I thought right here as a kind of an added bonus for this video, I've had a couple of you guys reach out to me, private message on Instagram or even on some of the comments on some of my reels that I've been recently uploading over there. Just questions on what I do, like what goes on through my head when I'm coming up with riffs and trying to build songs, that kind of thing. So in this video, I thought this was a good opportunity to do that, because originally when you guys saw that I was just doing my playthrough with those two recorded riffs, the rough demo that I put together, and then I spliced in. What I thought I'd do with this video is just splice in what I ended up coming up with afterwards, because basically what I did was I had some time to kill and really try to finish that song out. That was kind of my goal for the day. So I took those two riffs because that's all I originally had. I had those two ideas to go off of. So both guitars and the bass and that part of the drum tracks were recorded, just so I had something to kind of work with. And then from there, my whole decision is when I go to write music, I don't really have like a template, so to speak. I think that was one of the comments somebody asked me was if I had like a magic formula or a template when I went to write. I'm not thinking about like any other artists that I listen to, any kind of riffs, anything like that. I just kind of go by feel. It's just a feel thing when I'm playing. I know the main goal when I was writing this song, as you guys saw the title, it's called Ballad for Broken Limbs. I just wanted this song to be as aggressive and just completely savage and just as pissed off sounding as possible. Not a lot of, fretboard gymnastics, finger spaghetti, acrobatic kind of shit. I didn't want to get in it. And I'm not really that kind of a player to begin with. I mean, a lot of the tech death people are kind of disappointed when they come to my channel, and I don't do a lot of that anymore. I'm more of an old school death metal kind of guy. I always have been. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of that stuff, a lot of the bands, a lot of the tech death bands that are coming out and are, still playing to this day. Very, very impressive stuff. I'm not going to ever take that kind of, talent away from those people. It's just it's not my cup of tea. I mean, when the songs, to me, when they start sounding all like a lead, they don't sound like riffs anymore. I just lose interest. I'm like, next. I like the brutal old school sound. Like when you guys listen to the riffs that I came up with afterwards, there's a lot of Suffocation and like early Origin, those first two Origin albums. I always wrote like Origin when before I even heard the band. I just always liked that really thick, chunky, just power chords, just like, that kind of thing. So I always stick with that. Like that's always going to be like a bread and butter, just kind of staple, so to speak, as far as when I'm writing music. So yeah, like Doug Cerrito, Terrence Hobbs, those two are like my guys. Those are like my all-time favorite guitar players as far as the death metal goes. So yeah, that's basically, what I was thinking when I sat down with that song. I didn't want to do too many riffs or take it into too much of a progressive territory. As I was kind of playing along, when I went back and visited one of the riffs that I came up with, I think it was the second riff, I came back and revisited before I closed out the song. As I was playing that, and then as I sat down, watched the video, listened to it again, I figure I'm probably going to put a guitar solo in there, not anything too, like, I guess gushy is like the word I'm looking for, but nothing just with a lot of feeling or emotion. Probably just a shred solo with some dive bomb kind of shit. So I thought about maybe putting that in there on that riff. And then other than that, yeah, like I said, I was just going for the most, aggressive kind of sound possible for that song. Just short and sweet, to the point. And the lyrics are going to be no different. Just a lot of hatred in that song, and that's what I was going for. So the guitar that I used for that, I got this guitar a couple years ago because back when I was younger, I was in my early 20s, and I had a Jackson Randy Rhoads 1. You guys have heard this story a million times, how I got that one for just dirt cheap. There was a point in my life where I had to part ways with that, and I always deep down, it like broke my heart to have to get rid of that guitar, because my dad bought that one for me when he saw how much progression I was making as a guitar player. But along the way, I wanted to eventually one day replace that guitar, and I found one, especially with the way the prices are in the used market now. So I got this guy right here before I close this video out and say goodbye to you guys. This is like a one or two of a kind graphic. I have not seen this anywhere else, and I happened to come across this on eBay. I watched it like a hawk, because this is a 92 Jackson Randy Rhoads. This actually has the Jackson, the licensed Floyd Rose that was made by Schaller. So it's got, before they started putting the original Floyds on these. And really, really dark fretboard, just beautiful, just badass sounding guitar too. I know it sounds kind of shitty with, the mic coming off of my camera, but I assure you this thing just sounds so freaking sick, so pissed off in person. It's unbelievable. It's got just a pair of Duncan full shreds. That's what previous owner had in this, and this was like a case queen closet baby for a long time. This guy never played it and just wanted to part ways with it. So I watched it all the way in, and I ended up getting this thing for little like 1,400 and some change. I did very, very well on it. Original case and everything like that. And I actually had to, it's in the video too when I unboxed it, so I had to have my guitar buddy, he had to kind of blend in right here, so the Made in USA, as you can see, that's missing on there now. It was peeling apart like it was, however they were making these back in the early 90s with that Jackson, mother of pearl logo that was like peeling apart. So he had to do his best to try to keep that intact, but unfortunately it got into the Made in the USA part of it too much, and in order to make that look right, that had to, when he blended the paint and everything, that had to go. So unfortunately that's not there anymore, but it's definitely USA, man. You probably can't even see that serial number that's stamped down there on the fretboard, but it's always there. I can see it. You guys probably can't, but yeah, real quick, I just wanted to share this, put this little add-on bonus video in here for you guys, just kind of tell you, like what goes on through my head, just answer those couple questions that some of you guys have asked me about when I come up with, writing riffs and things like that. So I will leave you guys alone. I'll let you get back to what you're doing. I'll get back to what I do, what I'm doing. So the horns, as always appreciate you guys coming to the channel. You guys are freaking badass, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.